So this is take 3. First take was my fault because I had stuff on my phone still and it was still saving to my phone, but we fixed that problem now. Take 2 is my mean husband's fault because in the middle of me doing my video, he snatched my phone from me and said I was going to start over, which was incredibly rude. But thank you for fixing my phone. Anyway, I was I was talking about my day. I had a very good day today. A couple of days ago, I was given an assignment to write a story. And I'm not a writer. I'm not a writer at all. It's not what I do. I just don't, that's not me. I just don't write. So I admittedly purposely tried to make a crappy story. And turns out people liked it. So that turned into my second assignment being me writing a second page, which I did. Then today, I was given 2 hours to write a third page from the perspective of a secondary character in the story. And I found while writing, it really forced me to focus on what I was doing instead of my thoughts. And that's been a big thing I've been dealing with, is being left alone with my thoughts and being negative and all that stuff. So I've been trying to get better with that. And I have to say, this is working. I am forced to focus on what I'm doing in that moment. And I don't really have time to think about myself because I'm not thinking about myself. I'm thinking about this story and the characters in the story. So that has been helpful. Also, I was able to have a really nice talk tonight. And it was pretty much about faith, religion, and all of that. And I was asked for my advice and just my assistance with someone who was struggling with their faith. And the conversation was meant for me to be of assistance. But what I found was that it was very, very helpful for me. Anyone who knows me knows I'm not a religious person anymore. Like I grew up in a very strict, devoted Christian home, but as an adult, as a married woman now, I am not a Christian at all. I don't consider myself a Christian in the slightest. I don't have a title for what I have faith in, for what I believe. I just consider myself very open-minded, a free thinker, and I completely take advantage of free will. And I found, though, while I am open to more, I have a very unique faith structure, and I've come to this way of thinking. It's been a few years now, but that my transition from being a Christian to questioning my faith to having what I consider my faith now was based on facts that were presented to me, me questioning what I had been taught my whole life, as well as personal experiences. But I have never found myself in a position where I was explaining that to someone who had a different faith structure than me. I have found myself in debates with people who are, Christian, or, a Jehovah's Witness, or other religions, but they were trying to prove their point to me while I was trying to prove my point to them. But I've never found myself in a position where I was explaining my stance on something to someone who was open enough to actually consider what I was saying. My husband has. He's done that many times, but I haven't. So this was a very different and unique opportunity for me. And it really opened my eyes, because while explaining myself and while everything I said was true for me, I realized that I kind of put myself in this box where I believe very strongly in the faith that I have. And while I still consider myself an open person, I have kind of limited myself to knowing more within this box that I've created for myself, you know? And I don't think that's very fair to myself as well as the possibility of more. My husband watches a lot of debates and documentaries, and I enjoy debates and documentaries as well, but I probably watch like half, maybe, a fourth of what he watches. And to be fair, he's at work all day, so he usually just has a debate going on in his earpiece, or, when he's on his breaks, he'll watch some kind of documentary or something. So I don't even want to say he has more time than me, because I'm at home. I could do it. But it's something that he has been doing a lot more of to keep himself busy at work. And at first, I think it started as entertainment, and then it just became this hobby for him. And I will admit, lately, we had a conversation actually a couple of weeks ago, and I looked at it as maybe he was searching for something, like he wasn't content in what we believe in and what we have faith in. But I think I was wrong. I think I looked at it completely wrong. I think that is his way of constantly being open to knowing more. It's not so much that he's searching for something. It's just he is exploring every option that is available to him. And, I just realized that it's so unfair of me to say I'm an open-minded person, but not being open to more, even if I don't understand it, even if it's not something I would typically go to research, or just being open to hearing it. Because frankly, it takes something special for me to say, wow, I like that, I'm going to apply it to my way of thinking, or something that's just so outstanding that I'm willing to, completely change my way of thinking. But just because there isn't much that I will probably apply to my way of thinking doesn't mean that I shouldn't give things the opportunity to present an argument to me. So I think having that conversation tonight was very beneficial for me, because it showed me how comfortable I've been. And most religious people would say, well, it's good to be comfortable in what you have faith in, especially if they are part of the religion or the faith, share the same faith that you do. But for me, that's the complete opposite of what I want to do. While I don't consider myself to be in any sort of religion, there aren't many people I know who share my way of thinking. There are a few people that I know, but it by no means makes us a religion or a cult or, some kind of little group. It's just people who happen to share the same mindset, because that's what it is. So it's important to me. It's always been important to me, well, since I've come to this way of thinking, to separate myself from religious people, because honestly, I despise like religious people. Like it seems nice.
Well,
seems like
you don't want to say you despise them. It's not them. It's just.
It is them though.
It's a way of thinking.
But that's the thing. It is them because it's their way of thinking. It's like, I'm not, for instance, like the Christian, like your typical Christian. I'm not mad at the religion, because at the end of the day, the people make the religion. There can be a religion, but if there's no one who believes in it or a part of it, then it's just an idea. But the fact that people make up a congregation and they strongly believe in this is what makes that religion thrive. So it is the actual person I despise, or just, I guess the mindset, yes, but it's their mindset. So it's something that I never want to be. Even if, someday I come across some religion and most of what they're saying makes sense to me, I strongly believe that I'll apply those things to my life, but I can never be part of an organization or a religion or some kind of cult like that again. So the fact that, in a sense, I have been doing that with my own faith, even if I was the only member, I was kind of confining myself to this small box of, I'm open to more, just bring it in here. It has to fit in here. But I wasn't expanding enough. And anyway, tonight really opened my eyes. It made me realize that. And it was a wake-up call, a big wake-up call. So as beneficial as I think the conversation I had tonight was to the person I was talking to, it was extremely beneficial to me as well. When I first came to this way of thinking, it was such a new thing. It was like this new journey that I was on, a journey of my faith, and my spirituality. And it was just like, wow, because it was new. And I feel like I should feel that way again. I'm so comfortable now. I have forgotten what it feels like to always be on the hunt to know more. And I'm waiting for more. I've been waiting for more, but waiting for more like with what I'm doing now. And that's extremely unfair. So anyway, I feel like now I'm just like talking like I'm not making sense. Am I making sense? Okay. So anyway, I think today was very, 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 very important for me. And it's like now the beginning of the rest of my journey. So I'm very excited for that.